Osuna in right field, and Nagashioka in the
has been better recently, so we'll see how the Rangers react to him.
Well, he starts the game with a pitch a little bit outside for a ball. Very much a veteran pitcher. Morton, one of those guys now at this point in his career, he knows to get by with whatever might be available on that given night. A guy with a lot of postseason experience, and certainly a ton of regular season experience. 382 career starts coming into the year. Smith rips out over first and down the first baseline foul. And the count 2-1. So Morton, 41 years old. Big guy, 6'5". Two-time All-Star, and he runs one off the plate there. 96 with that heater. So for a guy toward the back end of his career, I mean, he still has some giddy up.
I was just about to say the same thing. Yeah, he's been averaging about 94 with that fastball. There's 96 again.
Well, Rangers get a walk to start the game here tonight.
Number 36.
There's the defense for the Orioles today. Dylan Carlson gets the start in left. Cedric Mullins back there in center. Ramon Laureano in right. It'll be Urias, Henderson, Holiday, and Mayo in the infield, and Sanchez back there behind the plate for Game 2 of this series.
All right, so now first pitch, fastball in there for a strike to Langford. Took a little off on that one at 95. When I think of Morton, though, I think of the curveball. I also think of Salt, but there's probably more to that than we have time to get into. Is the one strike pitch. That one, there's that curveball.
I think about steak.
Oh, you do, don't you? Bet you do.
Curveball last 8 games, there's the numbers. That's been the pitch for him.
It's a good one. At least it has been in his career. And a fly ball out to right field on the curveball, and he gets his first out of the night. Langford retired. That'll bring up Corey Seager. So Seager got the day off yesterday, and it was one of those that just scheduled. He was given the opportunity to take Sunday or Monday off, Sunday in Pittsburgh or yesterday. Morton checks in on Josh Smith. So the big right-hander. We'll see how good he is at managing the running game these days. Smith, 8 steals in 9 tries. Not going, though. Seager bloops this one foul and just out of play. I mean, enough there that Urias could jump into the hammock. Didn't have to, but it gave the chance to. Come on, do it.
Everybody's always wanted to.
Do it!
See if this thing can support my weight.
Yeah. Probably important to do, right? Now he's got the confidence if it comes up a little later. One strike offering, and Seager sends it to the backstop. Interesting, as long as Morton has been around, that Seager has only faced him 5 times. 0 for 5 against him. All right. Shift around to the right on the infield against Seager. He stays alive. A lot of room down the third base line, but that's just a very, very low probability for Seager and the way he swings the bat. He's not going that way. Morton's 0-2, and a swing and a miss on the curveball, and that is the veteran right-hander's first strikeout of the night.
So we just showed you the numbers on it, the recent numbers. He just gets such great movement out of this thing. And it's a sideways spinning curveball. It almost looks like it could be considered a slurve. Either way, it's a breaking ball. There's a ton of depth to it, and he gets swings and misses and strikeouts on it.
So Marcus now, and he fouls off a fastball. Semien, the one guy who does have a long rap sheet against Charlie Morton, 8 for 24 against him. So that's a significant number of looks against Morton. And the cut fastball that time is off the plate. Morton's season was off to a very slow, borderline, I don't know what the adjective is. It was not a good start. And Marcus sends that foul, but he does seem to have turned things around a little bit. Lost his first 7 decisions of the season, was 0-7 on May 7th. He's won 4 straight since then. A lot of no decisions sprinkled in there. Delivers low with the changeup, 2-2. Well, this is an interesting inning for the Rangers. Get the leadoff walk. Not been able to move Josh. If there's one complaint that is just echoed night after night when the offense has struggled, it's been the inability to advance runners and try to create things. 2-2 on the way, and that's very high.
Yeah, it's been a big topic of conversation. It's not going to happen every inning, but you love seeing that leadoff man on. And I guess when we're speaking of, team at bats, whether it's doing the little things or just stringing hits together.
Fly ball out into left field. Carlson finds his way to it. Well, leadoff walk, but nothing coming after. Day. Ramon Laureano and Gunnar Henderson at the top of the lineup. Sanchez, Urias, and O'Hearn in the middle. Mayo at first base, Mullins in center, and Dylan Carlson, the left fielder, will bat ninth.
There's the man tonight for the Rangers, Jacob Latz. He gets the start. 30 innings for him this season out of the bullpen. 1-1 record in 16 games. Nice looking numbers to go with it. Here's the arsenal for him. 50% four-seam fastball, changeup, slider, curveball.
First pitch of the game, and it's bounced right out to Marcus Semien, and he throws out Holiday for the first out here at the bottom of the first inning. So that's a great start for Jacob Latz. He'll take that.
Better be ready. First pitch of the game, whatever it is. These guys are swinging these days. Holiday hits a bullet. Semien sure-handed as always.
So great beginning for Jacob. Laureano the batter now. And he'll take a fastball right on the inside corner there. 96 miles per hour. See the numbers for Laureano. A little pop this year with the 9 home runs. Man, that was a pretty good looking breaking ball, but deemed a skosh high by Jonathan Parra, our plate umpire. But you can see, arguable. One and two on Laureano now.
That's been the pitch for Latz this year. His out pitch, especially the equalizer against the righties. That changeup does have a 308 against it this season. 308 average against it. 85 miles an hour right on the outside corner. Laureano, these Orioles look like they love and want to go up there and pull every baseball that they see.
This one pulled on the ground. Seager's there, and he throws it across to get Laureano. 2 ground outs for Jacob Latz here.
Let's check out the defense behind Latz today. It's Langford, Carter, and Osuna gets the start in right field today with Garcia DHing. It's Young and Seager in the infield. On the left side, Simeon and Smith. Josh Smith getting that start over there at first. And Higgy back there behind the plate once again. Kyle Higashioka calling those pitches for Jacob Latz.
So Gunnar Henderson takes strike 1. Henderson at 278 just keeps getting on base night after night. He's been in a pretty good run lately. And he takes a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The hits have not been coming as frequently lately. Hitless in his last 7. And you can make it 8 as he grounds out to Marcus Semien. A 1-2-3 bottom of the first. Jacob Latz efficiently through the top of the order of the.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Hot in the club, in love with the dub. Active here, I'm free like a dove. In love with the bass, in love with the sub. In love with the energy I get from above. Hot in the club.
Hard hit outs. 10 of them all together.
It's a lot. There's Garcia. Leads things off here in the second. It'll actually be Garcia, Carter, and Young guaranteed this inning. I was just getting a little ahead of myself there a moment ago. I was excited that Osuna and Higashioka are going to come up in my big second inning that I have predicted here. Curveball. 1-1 to Adolis. 1 for 3 yesterday. 4 hits, including a home run on the road trip. And he hits that ball high in the air center field. It's well struck. He got too far underneath it, and Mullins makes the catch. And that's out number 1. How about our Choctaw Casinos and Resorts game within the game? Evan Carter coming up. On the road this year, hitting better than 350. And honestly, the production's been terrific. He had that 2-homer game in Minnesota, 4 home runs. So, for whatever reason, finding some comfort away from home. Left-handed hitter at 256 for the year.
You notice that he's swinging earlier in counts. I feel like he's swinging at more first pitches. We know him as a guy that goes deep into counts. And that was kind of even a topic of conversation today is, should you guys be taking more pitches? Well, obviously, if you see a good pitch to hit early on, you want to take a good pass at it. That's exactly what Evan just did.
Got caught there and swings through strike 2.
Like, he gets a sinker that goes in the other direction and then a breaking ball that goes hard at his back leg.
Bunny swings and misses at the next curveball. And the Morton, Uncle Charlie, pretty good here early on. That's his second strikeout.
You just watch the amount of break that this thing has. He starts it about the middle part of the strike zone, and it's very similar to the one that he swung at his second strike. Ends up right by that back foot. Well executed pitch.
Josh Young takes a fastball for a strike. Young 0 for 3 yesterday. It's been a tough road trip. 1 hit in 15 tries. And he reaches out, flips that into left center, and it drops in for a hit. Rangers have their first base hit of the night. Good for Josh.
The Rangers are getting their base runners so far tonight. They had one to lead off the game, and now they get one here with 2 outs. Young reaches out and touches this breaking ball.
All right, so he's on for Osuna. And Alejandro lays off the backdoor breaking ball. Martin, at times, it just looks like a guy in the backyard manipulating a wiffle ball. Just the way the ball moves so freely. And he checks in over there on Josh, trying to keep him a little closer.
And we said the same thing about Seth Lugo for the Royals when we saw him at home. But that Morton breaking ball, just the amount of depth on it, it's pretty spectacular.
There's another curveball, and that's down the right field line, just foul. So 1-1 on Osuna. Nice job, the rookie, hanging in there on that breaking ball. Osuna, the playing time has not been all that consistent for him. Did not play yesterday. Looking for his first hit of the road trip. And Young dancing off first, doesn't go anywhere. It's 2-1 on Alejandro. A 147 average. He has drawn his fair share of walks. That's helped boost the on-base percentage to 293. Another throw over to first. Boy, that one pretty close. Young just got back in there. Yeah, and Manzolino saying, wait a minute, we want to take a look at this. So they are going to challenge the call on the field. Let's see.
You could tell that it was close. Now we'll take an exact look there. He gets tagged right up at the shoulder. See if the hand gets in here from this angle.
York, this is Chad.
It's hard to tell from that exactly. The problem is that tag had to reach so far back to get him that it wasn't clear that he was able to do that in time, or that he even got that tag on him per se. But Tony Manzolino wanted to challenge it. See, I can't tell there. Like, is that glove on him? There it is. Ooh, it's close.
So then you go a few frames forward once you see the glove on him, and then it's hard to tell if the hand's actually on the base or not.
Right. Right. Manzolino, who had taken over here after the Orioles let Brandon Hyde go, they've had some success under him. They are 19 and 16.
The ball in the field is overturned. The runner is out. Baltimore retains the challenge.
Well, man, Manzolino gets the challenge right. Young is picked off, and the inning is over. So we've played 1.5 so far in Baltimore.
Embrace the darkness that has no name.
Career, so you hate seeing it for him. You really hate seeing it for any pitcher because it's such a long road back.
Yeah, so that was kind of stunning news today, and it just happened to come on the same day where Latz would be making the start here, his first real start of the year. First time we saw Latz was as a starter back in 2021. He has worked his way back there through the bullpen to excellent work in the bullpen. He misses way up and out with that changeup. 2-1 the count on Gary Sanchez. Sanchez, cleanup hitter for the Orioles tonight. 208 hitter. With just a couple of home runs. And he swings and misses. It's 2-2. Well, this game starting in a very similar fashion to last night's game where both starters sort of established themselves early. And then Baltimore ended up scoring their first run of the game in the third inning. Latz and Sanchez to foul that one back. And Sanchez, as he sometimes does, goes way up after a pitch, way out of the strike zone.
Seems like he's coming out of his shoes pretty much every time he swings.
Yeah, he's looking to attack. He always has been that kind of a hitter. And he couldn't help himself there. Fouls off the changeup. Stays 2-2. I mean, it was a pretty good changeup. He had started swinging at a fastball and then had to adjust midway.
That was the spoiler swing. I guess if anything, if you're not going to square up a baseball, make sure you foul it off. Ooh, Looks like Higgy got a little bit of bump on the helmet on the backswing.
2-2. And a little dribbler down the third baseline foul. So we'll do it again. Sanchez was on the injured list recently with a right wrist problem. And he came off that injured list, well, let's see, I guess it would have been 10 days ago. Since coming off the IL, he's been good, hitting .350. And all of the power and run production has come since coming back healthy. 2-2 pitch. And the fastball just misses. Blatz got 3 ground outs in the first inning and did so efficiently. And this time he strikes out Sanchez. First strikeout of the night for Jacob Blatz.
It's almost not fair if you can locate a breaking ball below the strike zone 3-2. It seems like an obvious count where you're going to look for a fastball. Blatz did a good job just mixing up his pitches throughout the course of this at-bat, and then throws that devastating slider below the zone to get the swing and miss.
Ramon Urias launches a curveball in. .255 hitter, 5 home runs. He's hit a rough patch here, though, recently. That's tight. 2-0. Urias with just 2 hits in his last 22 at-bats. It's a sub-100 batting average during that stretch. Here's the 2-0, and that's fouled away.
97 on that last pitch for Blatz, 96 on this one. Would help Blatz to get ahead here. Urias is hitting over 300 on the fastball, but if you look at the breaking ball and off-speed numbers, he's under 200 on both of those.
It goes with a changeup here at a ground ball shortstop. Seager with a nice play. Throws out Urias, and there are 2 gone. A lot of ground ball outs here for Blatz early on.
Yep, 5 up, 5 down, 1 strikeout for him. Balls that have been put in play have all been on the ground to the pull side. And I guess that's worth noting. Blatz is slightly under league average in terms of ground ball rate. Gets ground balls 41% of the time.
Now O'Hearn, today the designated hitter. And he will take outside 1-1. But a great year for Ryan O'Hearn. Average at .305, but 10 homers, 29 RBIs, walking a lot. Has 9 doubles. And he hits this sharply at second base. Marcus Semien, though, it's time to set up and throw him out. Now O'Hearn retired to complete another 1-2-3 inning. Jacob Blatz sharp through 2. No, I'm talking about you clicking on all cylinders in that one. 5 hits? Murph, a 5-hit game.
Three infield hits.
Okay, listen, those are not.
I was getting on base and scoring on homers. The two guys behind me combined for 4 homers.
That's pretty awesome.
I was talking to Tim Kirchen today, longtime baseball analyst, and he was saying, I have the box score for the 30-3 game in my house, and I see it every single day. And we had to blow it up because it's just there were so many runs scored. So it's like, yeah, I get to look at that one every single day when I'm at home. Rangers fans have good memories of that one. Runs aplenty.
Yeah, there were no doubt a lot of crazy things from that game. You had the 5-hit game, but it was a 5-3 game into the 6th inning. I mean, that's what's kind of weird to me. Higashioka now takes a curveball for a strike. You guys scored 9 runs in the 6th, and even then, okay, it's 14-3. Yeah, lopsided and all, but not outrageous. 10 runs in the 8th inning seemed a little superfluous. I don't know. And then tacking on 6 more in the 9th. Goodness.
Well, the interesting thing, too, is you would think that would have been like a 4.5-hour game, but I think it was only around a little over 3 hours, like pretty quick. And then the fact that it was the first game of a doubleheader is the crazy thing to think about.
3 hours and 21 minutes.
Yep.
Good curveball in there for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Higashioka. Martin, a couple of strikeouts already today. He's allowed the 1 Rangers hit. And Higashioka holds off. Count is full. Kyle batting out of the 9th spot of the lineup. Power has not shown up this year for Higgy like it did last year. And he shoots that up the middle and a high hop off the mound right to Jackson Holliday. And they take care of Higashioka 2 away.
That's
a ball that's squared up. You see right off the mound that slows it down. But either way, it's right at Holliday. He's got time to shuffle his feet. He goes to the right. Quick and easy throw to first.
So now, second time through, and Josh Smith takes low for ball 1. Smith walked in the first inning. Right-hander right back at him, and that curveball's in there. Anything else stick out from that game for you, that 30-3 game? Particular memory or
I guess
moment?
The fact that there were 2 grand slams. It's not like that's never happened before, but it's kind of rare. Wes Littleton, he pitched the last 3 innings, so 33 ball game. You wouldn't expect somebody to get a save, so he got the save in that one. And then just the famous Ron Washington quote that he told, I believe it was Rudy Jaramillo, our hitting coach, before the game. He said, "This is the type of lineup that'll get you fired."
Oh, no way!
Yeah, that's what he remembers telling him.
Man!
And then sure enough, we go put 30 up there. And another one is that who's the best hitter in that lineup if you're looking at the box score?
Well, Kinsler maybe. Michael Young.
Michael Young. So Michael Young at that point in his career is the most accomplished hitter in the lineup. And he probably had, the least noteworthy performance. I think he only got 1 hit, 1 for 3, I think.
He went 2 for 5 with a run scored, no RBIs.
2 for 5.
Yeah. He was the only one not to drive in a run. Check swing there. And that one hit Smitty, so he'll go to first. If he's deemed to have swung there, he strikes out. But instead they said he did not go around, and that one hits him.
Ooh. That squares him up. And we're just talking about it. We've talked about Morton's breaking ball. Good job of holding up right there, even though you're taking some pain with it. But if you're going to see a hitter almost go around on a breaking ball that hits you, that just tells you that a breaking ball is really good.
Langford with a pop-up third base side, and that one will not be playable. At least not by anybody in uniform. Langford 0 for 1 flew out to right field. Souvenir. Someone will ask later, was it hot that night? And that kid will say, I have no idea. I got a baseball. Good looking pitch there, but Morton misses outside. 1-1. Mom can't get enough of it. Although I'm not so sure she did make the catch. We saw it. It looked like she was the one getting in the middle of it. Junior's got the souvenir.
They can't stop smiling.
This one lined out to left field. Well struck by Langford, but it ends the inning.
피곤하기도 하지 자존심 때문에 노력했지 이 거리에서 우리 만났었지 참말은 난 미슨 시리의 주인 사교시야 맛있게 놓쳤지 돈이 문제라면 돈을 벌어야지 어떻게든 내 주머니 속에 들어오던 사실점 아침 7시 주위소 나 서있어 날마다 문제가 커지고 약할은 가는 내 살처럼 버리고 If you wanna struggle and you wanna live it 나 어떻게 동시에 하라고 Yeah 가난하고 feeling like Truman I got my own show shining on everyday 바라봐도 계속 아파요 only way I'm gonna grow So many times I thought I found my way back 난 아직 준비 안 했어 that's a fact yeah. 네 말대로 나 움직여 내가로 on a morning 넌 어차피 잠도 안 올 거 I'm not fit 난 봐 how I miss that 하지 말라고 고백 born and ready let's go back I'm not fit 난 봐 how I miss that 하지 말라고 고백 born and ready let's go back I'm not fit 하지 말라고 고 born and ready let's go I'm not fit 하지 말라고 고 born and ready let's I'm not go 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 go
starting pitcher in this league. He said, I really do feel like he has the mix for it. And last, he said, coming up through the minors, originally he was a starting pitcher before being moved into a bullpen role. He says, ultimately, I just want to pitch and I want to fill whatever need the organization has. But deep down in my heart, I've always wanted to be a starting pitcher.
It's Mayo to pop out into short right field, and Latz has retired the first 7 batters he's faced here tonight. So, excellent start to the evening. He has done a masterful job out of the bullpen, especially in those really long relief roles. And it's been pretty obvious that it's the kind of stuff that could translate as a starter, and he fires that one right in there for a strike to Mullins.
Yeah, some things come into play when you consider, what makes a pitcher a starter versus a reliever. And we've seen the arsenal. He's got the stuff, to go 5 or 6 innings and get guys out. But I think it's safe to say, too, that he's got the demeanor to be a starter. Like certain guys that throw hard, maybe a little crazy, they have the demeanor to be a closer. Sure. Like that's just what comes with that territory. Latz, if you look at just the way he plays the game and just the way that he seems calm and level-headed, he really seems like he could be a starting pitcher.
0-2. And he just misses with the slider. Well, getting the shot tonight to get back in there. I was asking him about long sleeves in this kind of hot weather. That one is off the plate. In fact, came up last night. You and I were talking about it a little bit. So I talked to a number of guys about it. And For some, yes, it's about trying not to give any clues to the opposing hitters. This one lined to first, and Smith is there. 2 away. And Latz said, he's like, when I hold the glove in front of me and I'm reaching in for a ball, you can see it in my forearm what I might be doing, or that I'm doing something different. Cole Wynn said the same thing. But Latz pointed out, he said, I'll tell you, I like it on these hot games like this because it stops all that sweat from running down into my hand. I'm trying to grip the baseball. And so that came up more and more with guys when we talked about it. As Carlson pops this one up. Well, not a whole lot of sweat in that inning for Latz. Another 1, 2, 3. So, doesn't matter who you're voting for. Just go to Rangers.com/vote and have your voice heard. Seager, Semien, Garcia this inning. And Morton, those with a change up there, and that'll even things up 1-1 on Corey. Second look now for these Rangers hitters. Let's see if they can figure out Morton tonight. That is just a little bit in. Here's some oohs and ahs from the fans. Two, 1, and Corey pulls it foul.
I know there's been a shift in the way that pitchers think about how they approach at bats, but would it surprise you the fact we were talking about Morton's velocity earlier in the game? He's been up to 96. The fact that Morton's average fastball velocity 10 years ago was 92.5. And then he's to the point now where, and I know that the overall mindset is to throw harder and just to blow it out. To go ahead and unleash, to get high spin, to get high velocity. But this looks like a trend when he went to the Astros, that velocity started to go up about a mile an hour or so, maybe a mile and a half.
This is low here to Seager and puts him on. That's the third free base runner the Rangers have gotten tonight. Walked Smith, hit Smith, and now gives Seager the walk. Rangers have that lead man on. Now, can they do anything with him? Corey's not going to be running or doing anything goofy out there. Marcus takes a strike. Semien, he flew out to left field in the first inning, 0 for 1. And that's low and in. Change up there from Morton.
What do you think is the rate? Like, how many hit and runs do you think happen throughout the course of the game in 2025? Like, how many have you seen any this year?
I mean, yeah, I've seen 5.
It's an exciting play. You don't expect it to happen in this situation. You got Seager on first, which, you know, he's been battling hamstring issues, so you don't necessarily want him to be on the move. You get your 4-hole hitter up, so you don't want him to take a trip through the order and just have him punch a ball to the right side. But it's something that's interesting for me to consider.
Bouncer in the hole and threw into left field. Semien with the Rangers' second hit of the night. And so now the Rangers have the first 2 runners on this inning.
Great job by Marcus, hunting a pitch down the middle and getting it. I'm sure Morton was shooting for a better option there, makes a mistake, and Marcus sneaks it through. Yeah, but I think we talk about the situational baseball. And once again, you got to consider the situation, who's up there, right? Because you have first and second. We saw a guy in Colton Cowser for the Orioles last night lay down a bunt. That's not what you usually expect of him. Now, Albombi, you don't expect him to lay down a bunt here either. You prefer him to hit a ball in a gap, or even better, hit the ball out of the ballpark.
Yeah.
But I guess there's just our wheels are spinning on, you know, the situational at bats and how the Rangers can get better in situations like this. First and second, nobody out. Runner on second, nobody out. Leadoff man gets on. Had to, you know, keep that line moving.
This is high. 1-1 to Adolis. Well, he's reached base safely now in 8 of the last 9 games. He flew out to center field earlier tonight. But it continues to hit the ball hard, and that's really all you're asking with Garcia. Honestly, he's probably the guy you want up there right now. He's had a nice trip. And he lifts this one to deep second. That should be an infield fly. And there is the signal. Catch made. Wasn't necessary, but Holiday did make the catch. And the infield fly is the first out of the inning. All right, we've got a moment here for Raleigh House.
Play ball, Texas. Shop the latest in Rangers style.
So, Evan Carter